but surely looking to get things moving.
A fine stroke from Ashfaqullah Saidi, sitting back, waiting for ball to come onto the bat. From the center of the bat, just guiding it over the top.
The sweep shot is a very useful stroke against the spinners. Ibrahim Zadran now looking to start that acceleration. Still way behind, still totally out of character, 29 of 50. Unless he's got a role, he's got a real mission. He's been told that he needs to be the man that will back.
Delivers slow, not too fast, not giving any pace what the batsman is looking for. And almost chopping onto his off stump.
Some really quality spin from both ends at the moment from Sri Lanka. Just keeping a testing mode on to the batters.
No freebies. It's been testing time, as you said.
They're surely making them work hard for those runs. Ibrahim 31 of 53, 22 of 30 for Ashfaqullah. Single turn the over. It's 98 for 2.
Oh no! Cousin का first function on my first day. अगर steam लग गया तो उन दिनों में embarrassment से बचने के लिए try the new always extra long जो दे आम pad के मुकाबले 1-2-3 गुना ज़्यादा protection. Extra long always के 3 गुना तहफ़्फ़ुज़ से रहो extra confident. New always extra long.
The previous over, last delivery, Kananda de Silva, after he's fielded, and all of a sudden, direct hit. Shahidi would have been gone. The bat was in the air, the foot was not grounded. Shahidi would have been gone. The bat was in the air, the foot was not grounded. Lucky. Pretty keen there and has a presence of mind. Huge shot against the turn. Mid-wicket was vacant and Zadran was massive with the turn. Oh my God, that was against him 6 against Vanidhu Hasaranga.
Yeah, that was really good. He planted that left foot to the pitch of the ball, launched himself into that big hit, bringing in the 100 for Afghanistan.
That was a conventional leg turner by Vanidhu Hasaranga. Picked up early, the length was there and gave the full Monty and it's close to 90 meters in it.
Oh! Again, fast run, quick run. That's more like it. You get a big hit, a maximum in the over, try to rotate strike, keep that scoreboard moving.
All of a sudden, 9 runs in the over, with one big shot. This can make huge innings, especially when you're chasing. Nicely bowled. This is a good comeback after being put away for a maximum. Vanidhu Hasaranga giving it a bit of rip.
I really did think Hasaranga wouldn't mind that kind of shot, that slog, that big hit that came off that second ball of the over. Just shows that something might come his way. 24 gone, it's 108 for 2.
Hi, I'm Zara. मैं आपकी एड एजेंसी ज्वाइन करना चाहती हूँ. उफ, हेयर फॉल. If I don't look my best, तो कैसे दूंगी अपना बेस्ट?
पैंटीन, जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला, जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में. पैंटीन, बाल गिरे कम तो खुले ज्यादा.
216 is what they need of the remaining 26 overs. Comparison-wise, 123 is where Sri Lanka was at the same stage. That distance is just growing a little more and more as overs go by. And with spin in operation on both sides, things are happening so quickly.
Just quietly, Sri Lankans are running through the overs, don't they? Reverse sweep attempt this time. And I think it was a top edge into the helmet. And the concussion protocol got to be followed.
He's been trying to do that. Even the previous over, he tried a reverse. So the concussion protocol comes into play. We've spoken about this Lanka Premier League, which is going to start on the 30th of July and up to the 20th of August. And it's first time they'll be having an auction. 14th of June is the date for the auction. And the likes of Babar Azam, David Miller, Shakib Al Hassan have been drafted already. So big names coming in, more action out here. 5 teams will be participating in this. Jaffna Kings, the defending champions. Look at that. Twice we've had a similar finalist, and thrice we've had the winner. Jaffna Stallions, then Jaffna Kings twice. They must be doing something really right.
Led by Tisara Perra, coached by Tilna Kandamit, they've been doing a lot of things right. Definitely the most consistent team on and off the field. Off the field, they're doing their homework good, picking up the players, got really strong squads, and even this year they've roped in David Miller and Gurbaz, who turned out for Jaffna outfit last year. And the two locals being Tisar himself and Mahesh Dixon. So a lot of good things has been done by Jaffna. Hence, they've been the most consistent team.
Start of the game till the end.
Non-stop opera band. They keep the crowd going, the players going. Dancing in the aisle will never stop until the last boundary is bowled, and maybe after that even. Party atmosphere on a Sunday evening in Surya Baba. How good is that?
Down the wicket, and catch it as a forward, won't get there. On the bounce to the fielder. For a moment, just get a feeling that Hashmatullah would be having his heart in his mouth, just thinking, has it gone all the way to the fielder? 112.
हर घर मजबूत बनता है अच्छी आदतों से, जैसे ख्याल रखने की आदत. इसीलिए यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलन्स एसी का विंड ब्लास्ट फीचर करे कमरे में फौरी ठंडक. 30% स्ट्रॉन्गर एयर फ्लो, क्योंकि डॉलन्स रिलायबल है.
फैब्रिक एनहांसर की महकती खुशबू अब एरियल में, जो दे मुकम्मल सफाई और महकती खुशबू. एरियल 2-in-1.
Comparisons. At the moment, there's a bigger chunk there in the power play too, where Sri Lanka got 160. And then look at that, how they finished. Last 10 overs, 109. Bowling change now. Asaranga has been replaced by Tiksara.
Wonder where Roshan Abesing is. Maybe somewhere in the middle. Roshan Abesing, the dance academy. Have you heard that, Sikandar? If you want to get dance moves, you go to Roshan Abesing's dance academy.
I am not winning any trophies then, I suppose. I learned from that school, I'll finish last everywhere.
Barish got 52 of 59 deliveries so far. Skipper Shahidi. More dancing in the grass banks. Brilliant. Enjoying the Sunday.
What could you have been if you were not a cricketer? You take up that school of dance from the king here?
King Roshan would have definitely hired me to give me a job, son. I would have definitely would have reached him out. If I don't play cricket, I would have been businessman. I don't know.
Don't say a footballer, because last night it didn't go down very well.
It was a heartbreak, as they say, Sikandar. Life, you have good days and bad days, and once a red is always a red. Yeah, it's one of those days. Sri Ackerman, myself, Die Hard, even our producer, Himadri. Those are the days. Roshan Abesing teaching Sri Ackerman some dance moves as well.
From HT, more like a Bangla / umpire.
Cricket through the air this time by Mahesh Dikshit. Attempted off spinner, some turn, some bounce. Had to go against the turn and got just got inside edge. Lucky he wasn't back to his stumps.
Shot. That's a very good shot. Will sail all the way. When he just bats through the line, it just so much power in that shot.
2 deliveries before, the length was quite shorter, hence the stop sweep was not on. This occasion, given
Kamaya.
9 of the over, 121 for 2.
हेलो सर।
अरे होने वाले दामाद जी, गले तो मिलो।
नो। फिर से
डैंड्रफ का डर हमेशा सर पे सवार।
ले आओ हेड एंड शोल्डर्स जो जड़ तक जाए ताकि डैंड्रफ वापस ना आए। हेड एंड शोल्डर्स कंधे से बोझ हटा दे।
Try the new 7-Up Strawberry Lemonade.
3 short of a 50 at the moment. Ibrahim Zadran has taken his time. Now is the moment where he needs to make use of that start that he's got. 2 boundaries and 2 sixes in that. Somehow put back to that, we'll get a couple of runs. It was just his approach, Hashmatullah, before the start of that. A little bit of a move given.
Wildlife. We're watching the quite famous in Mirissa. Visit Sri Lanka. Tourism has picked up in Sri Lanka lately. Plenty of tourism coming in. There was a time tourism was held, but now everything is opened up. The plea is to visit Sri Lanka, go through our beauty of our country.
Not very sure one guy swimming towards 4 whales. How long that watching will change into something else. Are your friends from Sydney? But there's only one left.
Only one left. Where are the others? It's good to see people around. Going upstairs.
Amazing, he balls slow through the air, but he still gets that bounce.
Supporters have been nicely bowled by Dhananjay De Silva going across the right-hander. Appeal been made, but umpire Hannibal not moved and not going upstairs.
Amazing, he balls slow through the air, but he still gets that bounce. The revs on the ball, helps to just spark off that surface.
As I said before, it's just the pace what he bowls. He's worried, isn't he? Keeping a close eye, wanting his two batsmen to be aggressive. That guy is happy. Yeah. Moving his head and quite happy with the proceedings. Another dot delivery. This is good by Dhananjay De Silva. Slowly and surely building up those dot deliveries and creating the pressure even more on the batters.
Just sense it that Hashmatullah is now in a bit of a hurry. Fast hands on that occasion to dig that one out. 27 bowled, 126 for 2.
हर घर पूरा होता है अच्छी आदतों से, जैसे हेल्थी खाने की आदत। इसीलिए यूरोपियन टेक्नोलॉजी से बने डॉलन्स रेफ्रिजरेटर्स की नेचर लॉक टेक्नोलॉजी रखे फ्रूट्स और वेजिटेबल्स नेचुरली फ्रेश पूरे 20 दिन तक, क्योंकि डॉलन्स रिलायबल है।
फैब्रिक एनहांसर की महकती खुशबू अब एरियल में, जो दे मुकम्मल सफाई और महकती खुशबू। एरियल 2-in-1।
That's the match summary of the second one-day international of the Nippon Paints Sri Lanka versus Afghanistan series. Afghanistan is 1 up at the moment, but this performance from Sri Lanka today, batting first after winning the toss, really stamped some authority with that 323 for 6. Reverses that and beats that first slip. Will be a few runs here. At least 3. They can get one more on the throw. There's good running there. Very good running.
Good cricket all round. Good running. And Charita Sri Lanka will give up the chase. Playing the percentages right this time, Shahidi. And anticipation of the slips, moving with the stroke. It's good to see.
A few grabs for Ibrahim about running those 3 runs. Well, in fact, correction, that's the captain, Hashmatullah.
It's been a hot and a humid day. Finishing 2 games back-to-back. No, it was just a day off. He's back for the second one. Oh, slips as well. Maybe that. No. He runs back faster. Then feels something uncomfortable. Maybe looks a bit of cramp.
What he slipped while turning around. Wonder what he's doing so far out from the pitch, running on the grass. The spikes just finding it a touch difficult to grip when you're braking and turning back for that run.
So many times seen when Spike holds up and you roll your ankle as well. Slips, downs his bat, and recovers well in the end. Recovers well. As you correctly said, that's a good point you made, Sikandar. Run on the pitch in the corner, so you can quickly freeze and come back for the second if you are coming back most of the time.
That shot. Now this is the proper place to run. Now he's going wider and wider. And that's the point where he slipped. He's running on the grass further out.
Coming back for the third run, it was off balance after that slip, hence going away from the stumps. Get your point definitely. Staying close to the stumps, finding that edge. The pitch is quite hard and most of the time you don't slip. But in the end, no damage done. Magic Physio does the magic. And we're good to go.
So Ibrahim not out 48 on strike. Got 300s, Ibrahim. That's to start with. The day before yesterday was his first 50. If he gets to one now, it'll be back to back. He surely knows how to convert those starts and those scores into big numbers.
Oh! The Agonizing got out on 98. How well he batted for his 98. The youngster just playing handful of games and being the main batsman for the national team. Boy has done really well. And very impressive sound technique. Has the power when he wants to go big and understands his role very well. Mark of a good player for the future.
End of the over. Well, we've got one more ball to go in this. And round the wicket to left-handed Hashmatullah, so just further grabbing him up for space. He's almost following the batter. You just sense it, Hashmat is now trying to make room and play through or over cover. Because his reverse has been blocked now by short third and a gully. He surely want to make room and play it over extra cover or something. Oh, again, that bounce and bite of the surface. 130 for 2.
आज बहुत मजा आया। अब शावर में और मजा आएगा, क्योंकि सेफगार्ड का क्रीमी झाग एक्शन में आएगा। सेफगार्ड करे हम, हैंडलैंड्स फेस के बम। सेफगार्ड का तहफ्फुज़ जब एक्शन दिखाए, स्ट्रेस को घंटों दूर भगाए। सेफगार्ड से नहाना, जर्म्स दूर भगाना।
न्यू लिप्टन का बेस्ट एवर ब्लेंड, बेहतरीन तेज जायका, गाढ़ापन और ताजा दम खुशबू।
Long way to go, yeah.
Ball in.
Done well. They put themselves in a position with plenty of wickets in hand. The only concern for them is this required rate. But still 22 overs to bowl. That rate is touching 9. 50 for Ibrahim Zadran. His form continues.
I must say that he's certainly quickened up from where he was. He's taken his time. His average is very good. Impressive at 72.63. 2 half centuries, 300s. Just into his 10th game. He's a special player for Afghanistan. We've spoken about his technique. Now his temperament. We've seen his temperament. Very impressive.
I just can't help thinking, though, that there needs to be a couple of boundaries, and whether that is Hashmatullah Shahidi who's got to take it on, or whether Zadran takes it upon his shoulders, I don't think both of them can nudge and nurdle the ball here.
Now we do know, you have said this, that Hashmatullah Shahidi is a slow starter. But in this game, he appears to be very different in his approach. He's striking at almost 80. This partnership of 71 of 80 has given Afghanistan some hope. You speak of batting deep, taking it as deep as possible and then looking to aim. And this seemed to be the strategy of Afghanistan into the 29th over.
Oh, that's gone fine. They'll run hard. They won't need to. 4 to the score. And that ends the 29th. 137 for 2.
Try the new 7-Up Strawberry Lemonade.
फैब्रिक एनहांसर की महकती खुशबू अब एरियल में जो दे मुकम्मल सफाई और महकती खुशबू एरियल 2-in-1.
Pakistan, Alan Lamb, that's some time ago. A lot of those are sort of, I call it the modern era of player. What a player Alan Lamb was, though. Oh, hundreds against the West Indies when they were in their pomp.
Amazing batting by Alan Lamb. Was so good against fast bowling. Yeah, that was a good 40 years ago. And he got 3 consecutive hundreds against that Clive Lloyd's team.
Dhananjaya just lets himself down here. This final delivery just slides it down the leg side. It's easy pickings.
This has been a perfect partnership for Afghanistan in terms of a good base. Don't forget they were 62 for 2 and way behind the run rate. But now this partnership has gradually brought them to some place in terms of the run rate, just under 5. That required rate is 9. But you get to the last 10 overs, 9 wouldn't frighten you. But the question is, can they maintain a rate where they could hold it down to 9 come the last 10 or 15?
Well, I think that's the problem. You know, there's 20 overs remaining here. That means you've got to score at 9 and over from here on in. By the time you get to those last 10, if you've been going at 6s and 7s, that rate reads 13. That's a good shot. That's clever batting from the captain.
Hasaranga obviously searching for some turn. That was much slower. That was tossed up. Mid-70s. Obviously he's found something. The surface looking to bowl slower. That was over the eye line. Hashmatullah Shahidi seeing that mid-off was inside the circle. Did very well to go in that gap.
With 5 balls gone, there's been a boundary and just 6 off the over. This is the point. So they need to find a boundary here to go at that 9 that we're talking about. Otherwise, the rate climbs again. Dusmanta Chamira has only bowled 4 overs. At what point does he get brought back into the attack? Just to bowl a couple more. So just a single off that final delivery. So 7 from the over. 144 for 2.
Hi, I'm Zara. मैं आपकी एड एजेंसी ज्वाइन करना चाहती हूँ. उफ, hair fall. If I don't look my best, तो कैसे दूंगी अपना बेस्ट?
पैंटीन जिसमें है चावलों का पानी और प्रो विटामिन फॉर्मूला जो हेयर फॉल कम करे सिर्फ 14 दिन में. 18. बाल गिरें कम तो खुलें ज्यादा.
And that indicates the run chase, how good it's been so far from Afghanistan. But let's understand and let's bear in mind the acceleration that Sri Lanka had towards the back end of their innings. 109 runs they scored off the last 10. That's going some. But another half century to the name of Ibrahim Zadran.
A very different innings here. Took his time. But once he started to settle in, he did play some very good shots. He's particularly enjoyed the Sri Lankan bowling. He's had a really good time against the Sri Lankan bowlers. He's taken on the spinners. Played some good slog sweeps. And then that eventual half century. They're down to 180 of the last 20 overs now. That's a very gettable score in a T20 game. That's not a frightening score. And I must also compliment the curator. This surface being day 2 of this series. In fact, this pitch has been used for the second consecutive game.
Right.
He expected some kind of help to the bowlers to slow down a bit, but instead it's been very true. Bowlers come on to the bat quite nicely. Batters have enjoyed themselves. The spinners have found it hard.
Oh, nicely bowled. Nicely bowled. Dhananjay De Silva just held that back as Hashmat made his way down the surface.
He's a friend of all. Nathan Shanmuganathan is everybody's friend. Gone. This time. Gone. Big Nick. Dhananjay De Silva. He's done the trick. That was the wicket they were looking for. Ibrahim Zadran slashing hard. Bounced a bit quicker. And a good catch by the keeper.
Very good catch. Very, very good catch. It's a top edge. It's not an under edge. Kusal Mendes holds his gloves. Makes the hands soft and takes a good one. Fine innings comes to an end again for Ibrahim Zadran. 54 of 75 deliveries. Afghanistan now 146 for 3.
Oh no! Cousin का first function on my first day. अगर stain लग गया तो उन दिनों में embarrassment से बचने के लिए try the new always extra long जो दे आम pad के मुकाबले 1-2-3 गुना ज़्यादा protection. Extra long always के 3 गुना तहफ़्फ़ुज़ से रहो extra confident. New always extra long.